Force and power is my game. And if you don't know it, Gemini is my name.
Today on American Gladiators, two Mack trucks collide. Dennis Watts, a Tampa cop and muscle machine, takes on Joseph Mauro.
Gotta do it.
A baker born and bred on the streets of Brooklyn. On the women's side, Patrica Murray, Connecticut world history teacher and champion bodybuilder, meets Terri Plunkett, world wrist wrestling champion. It's strength versus strength. Gladiators beware.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Gladiator Arena in Los Angeles, California, here are your American Gladiators. Gemini, Diamond, Thunder, Zap, Laser, Gold, Nitro, Blaze, Turbo, and Ike. The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiator. Let the games begin.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley, along with Hall of Fame fullback Larry Zonka. Welcome to another edition of the American Gladiators. We are in the middle of our preliminary rounds of competition, and today 4 more contenders, 2 men and 2 women, will vie for a spot in the second round. Women's competition, very interesting. 2 very good athletes in Patrica Murray and Terri Plunkett, Zonk.
Very dedicated athletes. In the practice rounds we watch, they get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, work out, take it very seriously. Not only rehearsed what they have to do, but watch the Gladiators to see if there were any inroads they could discover during the practice rounds.
I think the same thing can be said for our men's contenders. 2 no-frill guys, Dennis Watts and Joe Bam Bam Mauro.
Joe comes to us from Brooklyn, New York, works in the family bakery, has a pretty extensive sports background, high school sports. Says he likes to bungee jump. He's done a little before, so he thinks he has an edge in Swingshot. Dennis, on the other hand, comes to us from Brandon, Florida, 5'10", 195 pounds, police officer down in Tampa now. He's got some background in sports, was a high school fullback.
And in Swingshot, our contenders will try to spring towards that center cylinder and grab either the yellow, blue, or red balls worth 1, 2, and 3 points. Our trio of gladiators in this event, Laser, Thunder, and Nitro. You can see the signs rooting for Joe Mauro. Go Bam Bam, Larry.
His parents tagged him with that name as a child. He looked like Bam Bam on the Flintstones, I believe, wasn't that?
Grown up Bam Bam.
Well, the Gladiators are going to try to put some knots on his head, so he better be swinging pretty good.
Again, a 45-second time limit.
Here comes everybody.
Whoa! Bam Bam! The old acorn technique again, Larry.
Yeah, he just grabs, puts him in his mouth, scurries back up the tree. He's got another one.
I'll tell you what, he's quick.
He swiped it and brought it right into the breadbasket.
That time he had to dodge Dennis Watts and Laser, and did so. He's got 3 already, each yellow ball worth 1 point, the blue one's worth 2, the red's 3.
Yellow.
And Joe Mauro is giving the Gladiators fits.
He's a baker, he knows how to pick things
10
out.
seconds remaining. Dennis Watts gets a blue. And Joe another yellow. So a good effort by Dennis Watts. Time running down, this is gonna be it. Dennis doesn't get that yellow one in time.
Joe Mauro looking more like Tarzan than Bam Bam.
Dennis with a great job here. He gets up and gets the blue despite Nitro.
Up now, the women, a pair of excellent athletes, Patrica Murray and Terri Plunkett.
Patrica Murray comes to us from Naugatuck, Connecticut, 5'6", 141 pounds, high school teacher and field hockey coach. This gal can deal it out as well as take it. On the other hand, we have Terri Plunkett from Sunrise, Florida, 5'8", 155 pounds. Very strong upper body, aggressive attitude, and as we mentioned before, she's an arm wrestling champion.
Doing battle with our contenders in midair, the Gladiator trio of Diamond, Zap, and Blaze. Again, the contenders have 45 seconds to spring off those platforms and grab the yellow, blue, or red balls attached to that center cylinder. Our Gladiators are allowed to knock the balls out of the contender's hand, but not off the cylinder.
Oh.
Terri Plunkett gets blue, Patricia gets yellow, and nice technique there. Patty put the ball in her mouth to carry it back. And Terri Plunkett gets another blue. The blue ball's worth 4 points apiece, or 2 points apiece, rather.
Oh, nice snag by Terri Plunkett. Hit the pendulum, swung it around, but the ball's not in the basket. It's got to be in the basket.
Has to be in the cylinder. Patrica Murray has another yellow ball.
And she's wasting no time getting back out there.
5 seconds to go. Oh, I tell you what, Patrica Murray had the yellow ball. Diamond had it in her hands as well. Nice display of midair skill by Terri Plunkett and Patrica Murray. Terri wins it 5-3.
Both our contenders doing a good job of demonstrating their skill. Day late and $1 short.
Stay with us. Up next on the American Gladiators, it's Powerball. After one event, Joe Mauro leads Dennis Watts 5-2 in their preliminary round match. They are now set to go at it against our Gladiators in Powerball. Thunder, Turbo, and Gemini, they're pumped up. Dennis and Joe better be.
Joe demonstrating a lot of ability in swing shot. We'll see what kind of technique he uses here. Dennis, an old fullback, he may try to use a little power.
Goals scored in the outer cylinders were 2. In the center cylinder, it's 3 points. Powerball brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power, super power.
Well, we talked about Joe's nickname as Bam Bam. Here it comes.
Turbo gives him the Bam Bam. Gemini knocking Dennis Watts out of bounds. He was a fullback for his high school football team in Brandon, Florida. Nice move past Turbo there. And a good move by Joe past Thunder.
Stop. Disqualification, Gemini, to the head.
Our referee, Larry Thompson, doesn't take no mess. Gemini disqualified for going to the head.
Right here you can see Gemini gets his hand up. I think it was inadvertent, but he does get it up around Dennis's eyes.
And now this becomes a 2-on-2 affair.
Ready. Stay down, boy. Let it go.
Dennis has another one. Center cylinders on the outside worth 2 points. Turbo going up top on Dennis Watts.
Don't duck on him. Don't duck
Joe
on him.
Mauro's get away from Thunder. What a great save by Turbo. Wow. Oh.
Dennis almost gets the benefit of that last goal. The ball bounced out when Turbo hit the...
And that is it. Dennis wins it 4-2. Now trails Joe 7-6 after 2 events, and Turbo was fired up.
And so are our 2 contenders. Turbo's still fired up. He's talking to the crowd. He wants to play some more. What a display he put on during the course of this event, Powerball. Right here, he takes on Dennis, does the bear hug routine, brings him to the ground and strips him of his headgear. Then he's head-to-head with Bam Bam, drives him out of bounds.
Cross between Mike Singletary and Dick Butkus going sideline to sideline. Well, the women are up next. Terri Plunkett with a 5-3 lead over Patrica Murray. And the trio of Gladiators they'll have to deal with: Blaze, Zap, and Ice. Patrica Murray, quite a well-rounded individual. As we take a look at her, she's got a master's degree in history. She not only believes in the power of the mind, but the body as well. Let's take a look at her up close and personal. Patrica Murray is an up-and-coming bodybuilder. Here she takes second place in the Connecticut State Championship.
Accepted to be competing shortly in the American Gladiators.
In her real job, Patricia teaches 9th grade world history at Norwalk High School. She's come to Gladiator Arena with loads of good wishes from her students.
I went into teaching because kids keep you young, and I just want to stay young. I want to have fun.
The trouble with Powerball, Larry, this event makes you old.
In a hurry.
Ready. Down. Get away from that head. Get away.
Well, the match barely 5 seconds old.
Blaze, shot to the head with a
And
throw.
Larry Thompson disqualifies Blaze.
He warned her early on.
Time.
Evidently, she got a little high.
37 seconds.
Here you see it. Oh, right to the chin.
No question about that call.
We ready?
2 on 2.
Ready!
Oh, nice stop by Zapp. Grabbed Terri Plunkett around the waist and slammed her to the ground.
Patrica Murray scores over Zapp that time.
Up and go.
2 on 1.
Terri Plunkett.
Now Zapp's got to make the save.
Zapp gets past Zapp. Oh, the middle cylinder. Those goals were 3 points. Boy, when the ice stops you, you stay stopped. And Terri Plunkett hobbling a bit.
Hang on, girls, hang on.
One of our trainers are with us. It's hard to tell whether she's twisted her ankle or just has a Charlie horse or what. Didn't really see any collision or any twisting action.
May have been something, Larry, that was precipitated in earlier action.
Here's your choice. There are 8 seconds remaining in the game. Okay? You may medically disqualify yourself at that point, or you may choose to finish the game. 8 seconds.
I'll finish the game.
All right? She chooses to return. It's okay medically? 8 seconds. She
Our
chooses to
trainers
continue. 8 seconds.
have said that
8
Terri is
seconds.
okay to
8
continue. 8 seconds are left on the clock.
Still not knowing whether it was a twist or whether it was a Charlie horse or exactly what was wrong with her.
Patricia just trying to stay focused and loose.
It's like the NFL, Mike. You want to sit down for 3 or 4 plays, you get a little stiff in a hurry. This kind of action.
Again, the match 2 on 2. Ice wraps up Patrica Murray. Terri still hobbling on that injured ankle. And that's it. Patrica Murray wins at 6-3. Her lead after 2 events now 9-8.
She's all smiles. Terri, however, isn't. Our Gladiators seem happy with what occurred. Terri Plunkett making a nice cut right here for that center cylinder. And gets it in.
Despite the best efforts of Ice Ice Baby, Patrica Murray now with a terrific move past Zapp as she scores one of her goals in the game. And again, here's where Terri Plunkett hyperextends her knee or twists her ankle. We don't know, but she had to stop at that point.
Terri gave us a great performance. Unfortunately, suffered a little bit of an injury. You've had time now for the trainer to take a look at it. Can you describe the injury to us?
Yeah, I just landed on it a little bit wrong. I hyperextended the back of my knee somehow, but hopefully with a little ice, he'll stop the swelling and I'll be able to go on. Hopefully.
Well, you've got one of the greatest trainers around in Tony down there, so we look forward to seeing you back shortly.
I sure do.
Well, Terri, that's exactly what you don't need. That kind of ice, yes. The other kind of ice, no. Hang tough is next. Patrica Murray leads Terri Plunkett 9-8 after 2 events in their preliminary round match. Those 2 women are now set to hang tough. First on the platform for the Contenders is Patrica Murray.
You know, Mike, with Patricia's background in bodybuilding, you know she possesses that upper body strength. Maybe she can use it here and hang tough.
Against Gold. Gold is ready.
Zapp talked me into the helmet.
Yes, I agree.
Good idea, Gold. Better safe than sorry. Contender can earn 10 points by making it all the way across to the Gladiators platform without being pulled down.
Gold very confident. Patricia says, come on.
She's fearless. She once fell off, Larry, a 60-foot cliff into a river and came away unscathed. If you can survive that, you can survive hang tough.
I said, you're not going to have any flashbacks about that, are you? And she goes, why? I didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, Gold at hand.
If she pulls this off, it'll be amazing. 30 seconds, no way. Gold brings her down. No points for Patrica Murray.
Patricia was hanging tough. Gold working on her hands, trying to pry those fingers off the rings, and finally does just that.
Patricia's strength as a competitive bodybuilder only went so far. Well, Terri Plunkett's got a lot of power, 3rd place in the 1991 World Championship of Arm Wrestling. Again, she's got that hyperextension behind her knee.
That shouldn't hurt her at all in this event, Mike, and of course, unless she happens to land on the mats.
Look at Terri walk right through there.
Very difficult to move sideways across this grid, and that's exactly what Terri did. And now she's got a breakaway. Gold is hung up. I don't think she can reach Terri. All Terri has to do is turn around and reach that platform. Whoa!
Oh, just a little shy of that corner ring.
Again, Terri working against the clock. 9 seconds to go.
So close.
It looked like Terri was home free.
Yeah.
She still can't get it. Time expires. But Terri Plunkett does pick up 5 points for the draw. And after 3 events has moved ahead of Patrica Murray, 13-9.
So close.
It's almost frustrating watching as Terry's right off the corner of the platform. Just one little kick to the left and she would have had it.
Men's hang tough is next, and Laser will protect the honor of the Gladiators. He's a real tiger in this event. In fact, his experience on the rings is the subject of today's Gladiator moment. Let's listen to Laser.
Check out this Gladiator moment with Greg Montgomery and myself on Hang Tough. We got into it a little bit. He bit my finger. I got a little mad, so I got back at him and started swinging a little bit, and I pulled him down.
Some of those moves not too kosher, Larry.
There's the whistle.
What I remember was Greg Montgomery's mom came down from the stands practically and strangled Laser. So we look at Joe Mauro, bam, bam. There's his girlfriend, Melissa. Joe leads Dennis Watts by 1-7-6, and Dennis down in the Contenders locker room watching on a TV monitor.
Joe feels this will be his best event because of his background in gymnastics in college. Of course, when he was on the rings in college, he didn't have Laser up there with him. Joe does look at home on the rings. He's pretty smooth.
Laser zooming in.
The crowd screaming the other way, Joe. But the other way is right into Laser.
A contender may not stall. He has to make a forward movement. Laser really has cut Joe off now, and Joe's going in the other direction. He's got a little bit of a break.
Joe's doing what he has to do, and that's gamble. Turn loose, Joe, and go.
He's just about 1 ring ahead of Laser. Oh, this is going to be close.
Laser about to take the big gamble himself.
Time running out. Can Joe Mauro make it? Oh, he shakes Laser off. Unbelievable. Can he get to the platform and earn 10 points?
5 points. He hung in there tough. Almost had the platform.
Great move by Joe. You know, he's very aware here. Lets that arm go loose, gives him the fake, and away goes Laser right to the mat.
Well, Dennis Watts is up next, and you know that Laser's going to be a little angry about what happened there, as Joe Mauro was able to shrug him off.
Ready? Let's go. Get it, you gotta go,
A lot of upper body strength is the key here, and actually his body proportion. Dennis a bit trunk heavy as opposed to, say, Joe Mauro, so this event a little tougher for him. All of his power below the waist in his thighs and legs.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you can see it. It's demonstrated, Mike, when he turns loose of those rings.
I'll tell you what, though. This is one tough policeman.
Breakaway speed here.
He was absolutely
Playing possum is what he was doing.
He was horrible in the practice sessions. He has been playing possum. This is terrific. Terrific stuff
right
on the
onto
part
the
of Dennis
platform.
Watts. All he has to do is get on the platform.
Dennis, go on!
Go! Well, you saw it, his right foot landed on the platform just as time expired. I think Dennis might have gone for the platform a little quicker had not our cameraman been in the way. It's going to be interesting to see if they give him the full 10 points, Larry.
We can see right here our cameraman's in the way. He gets out of the way, but by the time he does that, Dennis has lost his momentum and been penalized by that fact. He regains his momentum, makes the landing, but technically has run out of time. But in the spirit of fairness, Larry Thompson, our referee, gives him the 10 points.
We are halfway through our competition where Dennis Watts leads Joseph Mauro after 3 events, 16-12. Terri Plunkett with a 13-9 lead over Patrica Murray. But right now we are joined in the Gladiator locker room by Gemini, who, rare for him, usually a great sportsman, was thrown out of Powerball. What happened there, pal?
Well, I think I got a little off balance. Basically, I went for the guy, went over the top of him, and once I went over the top of him, I reached back, and the last thing that I grabbed was his head. So it was basically just a instinctive type thing. It wasn't something that was intentionally by no means mine.
So basically you were caught between a rock and a hard place, really.
Yeah, I really was.
Okay, we know you're sincere too, Gemini.
Thanks
a lot.
Mike.
And we'll be back with more of the American Gladiators right after this.
Get in on the action and join the American Gladiators fan club. Send $3 check or money order to American Gladiators, Van Nuys, California, 914630001. Or pick up a fan club application from your local General Nutrition Center.
After 3 events in this preliminary round match, Joe Mauro trails Dennis Watts 16-12. Our Brandon, Florida police officer up first in assault.
As we look at a picture of Dennis right after his graduation from the police academy, where he won the top shooting award.
Needless to say, Larry, if he doesn't do well in this event, he's going to really hear it from some of his buddies.
I think one of the nicest compliments about him is the fact that he's such a fine shot. He's never had to use his weapon in the course of his duty to date.
Dennis squatting down, trying to get the shot off. That one low with the crossbow. Again, every time a contender engages a weapon, fires it, it's worth a point.
Laser using up a lot of tennis balls early in the game. Ooh.
Gladiator only has a complement of 20.
Oh, I heard a hit. I think that hit the chest deflector on the cameraman that was out beside him. We heard a big thud in here, but it wasn't him.
10 seconds remaining. Dennis not cognizant of that fact, I don't think. At least get this shot off, Dennis, and win another point. He does, just in the nick of time, but time runs out. Dennis did pick up 4 points, and in his defense, those weapons a little unconventional. He leads 2012.
Come so fast.
Here's Laser stats, 16-5-4. He likes this event. 40-yard dash time at 4.9 isn't all that fast. This will be a test of his quicks.
Yeah, Larry, you've got that right. This is more a test of reaction time, not straightaway speed. Bam Bam setting himself to get the shot off.
Great shot by our cameraman right over Joe's shoulder. You can see how fast those tennis balls come. Oh! Close, no cigar.
Joe with the quick feet. Keep an eye on Laser at all times. Another shot that just missed.
Joe getting a little cocky. Throwing out the hip, taking it back, waving him on.
Less than 20 seconds. Oh, yes!
Oh, he got it. Was the ball launched?
In question, did Joe Mauro fire his weapon before laser hit him? And the answer is yes, he did. He gets 5 points and now trails 20-17. It is clear Joe fires before laser hits him. I look now at Terri Plunkett. She gets set for her 4th event. It's called Assault. She'll have to deal with Zap on top of the Gladiator platform there. Terri leads Patrica Murray coming into this event 13-9.
Terri had some problems earlier in Powerball, sprained her knee a little bit. It looks like she's got it limbered up.
Oh! And that injured knee severely hampered her movement. Terri Plunkett able to come away with only 1 point.
It's pretty obvious that Terri's leg's holding her back a little bit. She gets the shot there, comes down on that leg, makes it sore again. I think she's due for a visit with a trainer once again.
And Larry, you have to wonder if Terri can continue. Well, Zap is going to continue. She'd like to make it 2 for 2 against the Contenders. Patrica Murray up now, setting her sights. Fastest female contender in our tryouts with a 5.03 40-yard dash time. She can regain the lead with a good performance here in Assault.
Oh, she was right on the mark, just a little to the left with a crossbow.
Tell you what, another close shot.
That got Zap's attention, too.
And the Contenders working against that 60-second clock, which is now down to 30. Zap, watch that one whiz by her head.
Hit off the weapon.
14 seconds left. Tricia picks up the hand cannon there. She's got to go by this corner. She'll be exposed. She rolls by. She's going to be real close. She's through there.
Crossing the finish line with 3 seconds left. She successfully engages 5 weapons for 5 points. Crosses the finish line to earn an additional point for a total of 6. And she has now taken the lead over Terri Plunkett, 15-14 after 4 events. We have just been informed by our trainers that Terri Plunkett has to drop out of the competition because of injury. Terri joins us now from the locker room. This has got to be very difficult for you. What happened, Terri?
I tried to go on. I injured my knee in the Powerball at first. I went on because I had Hang Tough next, and I did well in that. And I tried to go through the Assault, and it just popped right out again. Worse this time.
And exactly what did the trainer say to you?
He said I couldn't go on.
Sometimes,
I can't run anymore.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
It is.
We wish you the best of luck.
I tried to run, I tried to.
We're going to miss you.
I'll miss you.
Okay. And we'll find out who replaces Terri after this American Gladiators timeout. Our preliminary round continues, and we've got a new female contender. Larry, tell us about her.
So Susan Stencil joins the hunt. She comes to us from La Palma, California, 5'5", 137 pounds. Is a construction worker.
And not a bad way to enter the competition. She gets Terri Plunkett's 14 points, trails by only 1. She'll have to deal with Diamond and Gold in Atlasphere. And the Contenders have 60 seconds to roll their Atlaspheres into one of the 4 numbered scoring pods, each goal worth 2 points. Atlasphere is brought to you by Combos, the one snack that's twice as good.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
And down the ramps they come. Diamond and Gold doing the honors for the Gladiators. And look at Diamond Rim head on to Susan Stencil. Welcome to American Gladiator, Susie. Patrica Murray's got the first score of the match. Rolling over scoring pod number 3. Susan Stencil scored as well. Each score with 2 points. There's another one for Patrica Murray. Another one for Patricia.
Patricia just using the outer perimeter philosophy. She's just going right on down on the outside, trying to score. I think she missed it on number 4. I think the Gladiator rolled through.
And that is it. Patricia wins at 6-2. Her overall lead now, 21-16.
Patrica Murray, not only does she get that Atlasphere rolling, but she has pretty good control of it also.
Okay, in the ball.
Laser, just one of our gladiators inside his Atlasphere for the men's competition. With a big growl. And a look at Bam Bam, who runs Joey's Fine Cakes and Pastries back in Brooklyn and also spends a lot of time working out. Worked out for American Gladiators with his girlfriend, Melissa. And there she is. She wouldn't miss this for the world. Joe trailing Dennis Watts, 2017. Dennis will be inside the yellow Atlasphere, and joining Laser will be Thunder. We're about ready for rock and roll time. The Baker about to shake and bake. Look out!
Boom!
Holy cow! Thunder rocks Joe Mauro. Laser does the same to Dennis Watts. Back with that blonde mane. Larry, Joe looks like Thunder's son.
He went right over number 4, but I don't see it flashing, or I don't know if he scored or not. He's loose now.
Dennis Watts set up a little screen, but Laser picked up on that strategy and knocked Joe out of the scoring pod. Oh, so close. Again, there's a little sensor in the middle of all these scoring pods, which are triggered if the contender can roll their Atlasphere over it. That one missed too, so close.
Down to 7 seconds.
That is it. 60 seconds has expired. Our Gladiators done their shutout thing.
What a shutout, baby! What a shutout!
Well, coming up next for our contenders, the wall. Stay with us. Our preliminary round competition continues. Dennis Watts with a 3-point lead over Joe Mauro after 5 events. The men now set for the wall. A look at Nitro, one of the gladiators involved here. He'll follow Joe Mauro up the wall after that 10-second head start. And dealing with Dennis Watts will be none other than Turbo.
You're going down.
Try to shake that off, Dennis. Turbo, a big man with big plans. First man up in under 60 seconds gets 10. The second man up gets 5.
I asked Dennis a little earlier about his favorite gladiator, and he said Turbo. Maybe he'll change his mind after this event. Matter of fact, how about right now?
Meanwhile, Joseph Mauro working well up the wall. Again, the contenders working against the clock. "25 seconds left to go.
Gonna be close, Mike.
Nitro hasn't given up. 15 seconds. Oh, so close.
Got to make a stab for it. No.
8, 7,
All right.
6. Yes, Joseph Mauro has done it.
He
He's
looks like
climbed the
Tarzan
wall.
up there. He looks like Tarzan, doesn't he?
Check out Joe's upper body strength. He grabs a hold of the top and vaults himself up.
Power to everybody at home. I love you.
All right, Joseph, congratulations. You
Thank
pick
you.
up 10 points. Way to go.
All right.
Sweet performance for Bam Bam. Melissa's gotta love that. He's in the lead. Women are next. Susan Stencil trails Patrica Murray 21-16. Susie very focused since coming into the fray for the injured Terri Plunkett. Blaze, a look at her stats. She'll chase Susie up the wall after the 10-second head start. She's not going to get me. I'm sure Patrica Murray feels the same way, although following her, ice, and she's very effective in this event. The women's set to go. Chance to win 10 points here.
Patrica Murray a little concerned about the size of ice, and that's who's going to follow her up the wall. She's got to put some distance between herself and ice.
Susan Stencil has Blaze following her up. Contenders are given a 10-second head start. Susie and Patrica Murray moving well. Again, this wall 32 feet high. Blaze, oh, Susie just pulled that leg out at the last second. But ice is right on Patrica Murray's tail. She's got a hold of her left toe. Ice won't give up.
Neither will Patrica.
Look at Susan Stencil, though. She's got the lead.
Oh, Patrica makes a grab for it, misses, and off she goes. Susie grabs the wall and hoists herself up for 10 points.
So a big swing for Susan Stencil, 26-21.
What a job by Susie, coming in cold after 2 events. Blaze right literally on her heels, falls away, and then Susie does her thing.
Can Susie keep it going? We'll find out next in the Eliminator. Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California, and our women's showdown is up first, the Eliminator. Patrica Murray finds herself on the tail end of a 26-21 score. Susan Stencil, her opponent, has come on strong in place of the injured Terri Plunkett. She gets a 2.5-second head start. But for Patty, a woman who once fell off a 60-foot cliff into a river, the Eliminator should be a piece of cake. Larry's with her at the start line. Larry?
Patrica Murray, I've been watching you all day. I recognize something. You're a competitor, and I know you. I know you're going to use that 2.5 seconds like a vitamin pill. It's just going to launch you that much tougher.
I'm going after her, Larry. See red. I'm going through this obstacle course like it's nothing.
You got it. We'll be at the other end. Good luck.
The power of positive thinking. Patrica Murray will also have to get by 4 gladiators on this course underneath the handbike should the contenders fall. Diamond and gold, there's a 10-second penalty there. And on the tower above the final straightaway, ice and zap. Once again, according to the scoring format here in the Eliminator, each point worth a half second in time. Susan Stencil with the 2.5-second head start. She's in the orange, Patrica Murray in the yellow. Their first challenge, getting up that reverse treadmill. Referee Larry Thompson gets the match underway. Neither woman has a problem with the treadmill, unlike the practice sessions.
Patricia stalling a little bit on that handbike.
You always have to keep moving. Susan Stencil on the verge of going down. She finally does. Here's Patrica Murray's chance. She's made it. They're going to be about dead even on that cargo net.
Oh, buddy, we got a race.
Patrica Murray and Susan Stencil side by side. Here they come down the zip line. Oh, is this going to be exciting?
Mike, we're looking at a photo finish here if it keeps up at this pace.
Perfect landings by both women. 2 final walls to overcome, and then a final corridor. Susan Stencil up the wall first. Here comes Patrica Murray.
Susie's head comes up first.
Both women have tough written all over them, but it's going to be Susan Stencil breaking the tape. She'll advance to the second round.
I know you're tired, gal. Congratulations, great race.
Oh, man. That was an awesome race.
You came in about Atlasphere, kind of nervous, pinch hit, took over, and took control.
I did it. I can't believe it. This is awesome. The best games to be here.
Well, congratulations and welcome to the next round, Susan Stencil.
Thank you.
Mike.
And congratulations in order also to Patrica Murray. Here's a woman whose one of her goals in life was to never stop learning. And I think she learned an awful lot today in this American Gladiator competition. She was absolutely terrific. Well, it's showtime now for the men, and Joseph Mauro and Dennis Watts. The Eliminator will decide who advances to the second round. Joe's 7-point lead over Dennis will give him a 3.5 second head start. Again, according to our scoring format in the Eliminator. But policemen, well, they die hard. And believe me, Dennis Watts is one cop who won't give up. He's with Larry at the start line. Larry?
Dennis, you got a 3.5 second wait, a long 3.5 second wait. How does that affect your focus?
Well, really, it doesn't mess with me much. It's just that if I get over that bicycle, I think I have a pretty good shot at taking it on home. But I just pray to God that I don't injure myself on this last event, or Joe won't get injured. You know, just go home safe and healthy.
Good enough. Have at it.
And you can bet all of Dennis's police buddies back in Brandon, Florida are going to be pulling for him. Underneath the hand bike, ready to impose a 7-second penalty if need be, Laser and Thunder. And on the tower over this final straightaway offering resistance, Gemini and Nitro. And a look at Joe Mauro. You know, his friends gave him that nickname Bam Bam from the cartoon The Flintstones because that's what they figured Bam Bam would look like as a grown-up. Got those long flowing locks, Adonis good looks, but he is Brooklyn bad. And he's on his way first. Up the treadmill he goes. Now here comes Dennis Watts. Pumping, pumping, pumping. He's made it too. And now his nemesis, the hand bike. He didn't make it across during the practice sessions, but look at him push now. Fighting, but look at Bam Bam go. Flying across that spinning cylinder, and now up the cargo nets. Here comes Dennis Watts.
Got to make it across the logs, and does. He's got to close this gap. Dennis having trouble with the cargo net. Bam Bam opening a lead.
Having fun in that zip line. Legs really up in the air and then extended. Now over the last two walls and the final corridor.
There's a virtual headstand over the first wall. Same with the second. Gets a ball smashed on his head right through the finish line with some gusto.
Like being hit by a manhole cover, Larry Hill advanced to the second round. I know you're with him.
Bam Bam, a lot of enthusiasm. You flew through there.
No problem. I just was focused, and it wasn't for my lady being here and all my friends back home pushing me. It's not as easy as it looks, but I made it.
Congratulations. Welcome to the next round. Mike?
Yes.
And for Dennis Watts, well, he came here with some great credentials. He was won the top shooting award at his police academy. He shot straight here through 7 events on the American Gladiators. Our congratulations to him, and also our women's runner-up, Patrica Murray. But right now, it'll be Susan Stencil and Joseph Mauro. They're the 2 newest members of the second round. Coming up next week, more exciting preliminary round action. But that's it for now. For Larry Zonka, I'm Mike Adamley. Thanks for joining us on the American Gladiators.